I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with the feeder flash for Friday, November the 15th, brought to you in part by Norfenacol by Norbrook. Norfenacol is the bioequivalent of Nuflor and targets the three major bovine respiratory disease causing bacteria. Get to the bottom of BRD fast. For more information, go to norbrook.com. Also, Unionville Livestock Market and Creston Livestock Markets in north central Missouri and south central Iowa. Unionville's got a special on Tuesday, November the 19th, including in there is going to be 5 loads of those big 9-weight black steers coming from Lucerne, Missouri, from the Rockin' R outfit, or what they've been called as the Smokin' R now, because those cattle perform so well in the feedlot and the buyers really go to them. And then on November the 26th, they are going to be having their pre-Thanksgiving special, and we'll have over 2,500 head for that special sale. Now up the road at Creston Livestock Market on this Wednesday, November the 20th, they've got a big special, all vaccinated calves and yearling special, including at least 4 loads of yearlings, and then string after string after string of fancy calves, fancy as you can get them anywhere, guys, including the Kerrigan Farms has got 160 Charolais Cross calves right there. Hugh Watson's got 140 black steers. The petite or pettit cattle, 130 blacks there from them. Then they've got Ken folks bringing another 120 or 30. Berggren calves, 130 of them. They'll be all black. And like I said, just string after string of them, guys. Check both of those markets out coming up this week. They both got specials. You can see them both on DVAuction.com. View and bid that sale right there. Calves are running short. I'm coming to you from El Paso, Texas, down here at Santa Teresa Livestock Auction, just over in Edge of New Mexico, right on the border. And they're having one of their LMA's big qualifier World Livestock Auctioneer Championship contests. They've got 31 contestants here. They've got capacity in their sale barn there, which is just under 2,000 head, but got a lot of hard cattle coming from down in Mexico, guys. They're going to be selling them all day coming up here on Friday. You can view that on DV Auction. Get in there and check it out. Just see what kind of cattle that they're offering. Listen to the auctioneers. See how they're selling. See what you think you could do with some of them. Check it out, guys. If you want to bid on that sale, just call them a little bit early. Be approved on DV Auction to bid on that sale. But these calves are running short. We had a little gathering there at Santa Teresa Livestock on Thursday evening and talked to cattle marketers from all over the country. We got a lot of judges coming in from all over the country, got auctioneers coming in from all over the country, and visiting with everybody. They're just all talking about how these calves are running short. Yeah, we're right here in the fall of the year. We're running some pretty good numbers of calves, but nothing like normal. You know, this time of the year in middle November up in the northern plains, most of those calf sales should be running 6,000 to 8,000 head. Most of them are running 3,000 to 4,000 head. Now they're keeping some heifers back. Whether they will keep them themselves or raise them up, breed them, make bred heifers out of them, whatever. We are seeing a little bit of heifer retention, but there's just not nearly as many calves around as what we're used to seeing. And the heck of it is, we are having all-time record high demand this time of year for wheat cattle to turn out. This wheat is rank. I mean, all over Kansas, all over Oklahoma, all over the Texas Panhandle, in eastern Colorado, and eastern New Mexico. This wheat is rank. We've got water standing in the wheat. It is ready to turn out on as soon as it dries up enough where they won't bog it out. And everybody wants wheat cattle to turn out, and there's just not enough to go around. I've told you guys many times, Grandpa always said that the money will run out before the cattle do, but we're going to test it on these stocker cattle here this fall, guys. Now normally they like to turn out on that wheat in November the 15th and then take them off March the 15th. They're probably not going to be able to get them ready to turn out as quick as November the 15th, but a lot of the guys weren't thinking they were going to be able to turn anything out until up into December if they were, and maybe after the first of the year. But that wheat most of the wheat that they're planning on grazing will not make a crop. It's not the variety planted to make a crop. They are going to graze that, whether they're going to graze it now and graze out, or just wait and graze it out later, if they're going to cut hay off of it, if they're going to make wheatleach out of it, whatever they're going to do, it is going to be cattle feed. And we don't have enough cattle to turn out on it. These lightweight stockers are just out of this world. They're just 10, 20 bucks higher and more all over these sales where they're offered. But it's unbelievable that we've got this really tight numbers of stockers coinciding with the lightest numbers of calves we've seen in 73 years. This market's going to keep getting higher, guys. They just are. And especially your wheat grazers, they're going to turn them out whether they make sense or not. It's against their religion not to have cattle turned out on that wheat when they got a good stand of wheat and we're running here in a moderate fall. But we've got cheap feed if you're going to be backgrounded yearlings. If we got cheap feed, if you're going to feed cattle out. These farmer feeders are aggressive. They've got tons of feed on hand. They've got tons of silage on hand. They're ready to buy some cattle. They didn't make much money, if at any, on their row crop because the prices are down so much. So they're going to the cattle to try to find a way to make some money off these cattle. They'll take them to the bigger weights, and they'll try to feed their way out of it that way. But I mean, demand is great for stocker cattle, feeder cattle, backgrounding cattle, all classes, and we're running short. But here on Friday, Nevada Livestock Marketing out in Fallon, Nevada is having their monthly feeder cattle special. Normally I'm out there to help sell that sale. I hate it that I'm not out there, because I promised Tato Medina Wallace that I would come to his big qualifier in November, and I'm here for that. But they've got over 5,000 head in Fallon, Nevada at Nevada Livestock Marketing. Those high altitude desert cattle, hard as rocks. If you want to turn some cattle out, guys, get in there on that sale. They're likely going to run into Saturday selling the balance of the cattle that they don't get sold. The feeder cattle sold on Friday, they're going to sell them on Saturday. And then on Saturday, they're also going to be selling 300 head of bred cows off a big dispersal there, guys. Get on to DVAuction, check that sale out. They're going to have somebody there taking bids on DVAuction there, so check that sale out. Don't miss those cattle if you need some turnout type cattle, because I'm telling you guys, we're going to run out of them if you wait much longer. But every month we try to feature a big sale barn, and we're all about the auction markets here and competitive bidding, guys. And we love the sale barns. We do business with a ton of them. We support all of them. And every month we like to feature a brick and mortar type sale barn that's doing an outstanding job for their customers, really reaching high prices there, selling their cattle in a really impressive way. And this month, it's sponsored by YTEX Tags. This month, your YTEX Market of the Month is Faith Livestock Auction in Faith, South Dakota. Every week, it's just impressive the way that they're selling these calves. They've had calf special after calf special, good quality as you can find anywhere. They're selling them in big bunches. They're bringing big prices. Your sellers are happy. The buyers are happy to get their hands on them. The market's not reported anywhere worldwide except for here on the Feeder Flash and NationalBeefWire. But congratulations to Faith Livestock Auction in Faith, South Dakota. Let's talk about your board. On Thursday, December live cattle futures were down $1.07. I mean, these box beef cutout values are just falling completely out of bed, and guys are puking their fat cattle. While we're seeing unbelievable demand for these stocker and feeder cattle, but we're losing ground on our fat cattle market, and it's all brought on by these wholesale beef prices that are down big, and now it's dragging the board down with it. But December contracts down $1.07 at 182.95. February contracts on live cattle down 97 cents at 185.10. Your back months were all down. from 75 cents to as much as $1.20, and that $1.20 was on the farthest out traded month. Feeder cattle futures, November was up $1.15 because it's trying to run down the index levels that are going up every day because there's so much demand for these cattle. So November contracts were up $1.15 at 247.62. January and all the rest of them were down. January was down 45 cents at 243.20, and your back months down 47 cents to down 97 cents. Your grains were lower too. You would have thought that would have propped up your grains or your feeder cattle a little bit more with the grains down as hard as they were on Thursday. But December corn contracts down 7.5 cents a bushel at 4.19. January beans down 20 1/4 at 9.87.5, and hard red winter wheat contracts for December down 7 3/4 cents at 5.33. Take a look at your fat cattle trade, which did start to take off at lower levels, brought to you by Legacy Beef Cooperative. Guys, you need to look into investing in the Legacy Beef Cooperative. The whole industry pricing model is designed to offer you the bottom of the market for your fat cattle. Legacy Beef's cooperative model is designed to give you the top of the market. Check it out, guys. It's a good investment. Your fat cattle trade negotiated out of your 5-area feeding region on Thursday. Iowa sold 9,100 head from 182 to 185, and you're thinking, wasn't it 191? Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, but now it's 2 to 3 lower than last week's lower market from 182 to 185, and dress sales mostly at 290, but up as high as $3 dressed. Nebraska 8,000 head on Thursday. They've sold 17,300 for the week already. They had some late sales on Wednesday there, but live sales on Thursday from 184 to 186. That's $2 to $3 lower, and dress sales from 287 to 290. That 290 is mostly $3 lower dressed. Kansas sold 1,300. They've started selling those cattle in the Southern Plains. 185 live price there, and they had some dress sales in Kansas from 288 to 290. Texas sold 1,100 head, all at 185, and that Southern Plains fat cattle market is $2 lower than last week's lower market. Did have a fat cattle auction in Kelowna, Iowa. Had 1,050 head of slaughter cattle there. They sold 2 to 275 lower. Fat cattle sold from 183.75 to 189.75. We're not seeing anything near that on a direct basis. They had some fed Holsteins there from 165 to 179. Box beef cutout values they're down. I tell you what, hard here. Now we do have some resistance at $3, and we're nearing that on our choice cuts. $3 a pound, guys. But your retail prices are down, which is causing these wholesale beef prices to go down. But retail beef prices are down for the first time in 9 months. But on your box beef cutout values, choice cutouts on Thursday afternoon down $3.14 at 303.80. Selects down $2 even at 276.66. Your slaughters running at a snail's pace, and it's just a complete other side of the coin. How your fat cattle market is going down, your beef markets are going down, your stocker and feeder cattle markets are going up. But your slaughter up through the first 4 days of the week, 483,000. That's 11,000 than last week, 15,000 less than the same week a year ago. Your actual slaughter information come back 2 weeks late. Had your average dressed steer carcass weight at 958 pounds. That was 1 pound heavier and back up close to that all-time high of 960 pounds. Talk about what else is going on. FerAppease is a revolutionary product that is scientifically proven, guys. Lots and lots and lots of producers are using FerAppease to help them wean their calves, and it is helping drastically. If you are not using FerAppease, it's just a topical product. You squirt it on their pole, you squirt it on their muzzle, and it's helping a lot. If you're not using it, you're really missing out. You got to check them out. For more information, go to FerAppease.com. Let's talk about your feeder cattle market. Your real-time index on DVAuction late in the day on Thursday after all your sales had been completed, sitting at $251.98, up another $1.31, nearly $252 based on an 800-pound cash auction steer. Your latest CME cash feeder cattle index at 251.04. Now your big sales on Thursday, and they are pretty big, but they're usually a lot bigger, and we're running short, guys. Winter Livestock in Pratt, Kansas, 3,400 head for them. The calves, stocker type calves, selling steady to $10 higher. Spots as much as $20 higher, especially on those weaned calves that have shots ready to turn out on the wheat. You know, they didn't have a lot of the bigger cattle there, but they are going to have a special bred cow and bred heifer sale next Thursday in Pratt. Don't miss that if you're looking for some replacement stock. Talk about straight north of there, Farmers and Ranchers Livestock in Salina, Kansas. They had 4,200 there. Feeder steers, and they had a good test of feeder steers. They sold $4 to $5 higher. Stocker calves, steers mostly, selling $10 higher straight up. They didn't have a good test of heifers. People are keeping heifers up there too, guys. Look at some of these individual quotes. If you can't get excited about these individual quotes, Viagra won't help. How about in western Oklahoma? Woodward Livestock Auction, Woodward, Oklahoma. They sell 63 steers, weigh 844 at $264.50 in western Oklahoma. How about over there in western Missouri there, right on the Missouri-Kansas border, in some Mocan Livestock Market in Butler, Missouri. They sell 128 feeding steers, weigh 802 at $265.75. Let's get on some great big steers up there in the northern plains at Mitchell Livestock Marketing in Mitchell, South Dakota. Near Beer, big feeders there. 53 of them weighed 1,008 pounds and bring $249.50, damn near your index levels on an 800 pounder, and these are weighing over $1,000 at $249.50 on a fat cattle market that's around $185. How about another individual quote on some big feeding steers, and it come out of Pratt Livestock, Pratt, Kansas there. 63 steers weigh 916 pounds at $267. Are you kidding me? But the most impressive quote that I saw anywhere on Thursday, your Macrocin, no BS, top quote for the day, come out of Ogallala Livestock Auction in Ogallala, Nebraska. There's two quotes here. Pick your favorite. How about 197 steer calves weigh 505 and bring 362? Or check this out, we haven't seen this. 69 Pee-wee steer calves weigh 412 and bring $4.18 a pound. That's your feeder flash for Friday.